Coming to you live from my apartment, it's Rob Has a Podcast. And now here's the guy who will never, ever ask you for your extra vote. I am Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our feedback show for episode number 5 of Survivor 41. We've been having a lot of fun on the podcast this week, and we are going to have a lot more today on our feedback show because we are blessed to be joined by the co-host of the Bachelorette RHAP-up here on RHAP. It's the great Haley Strong. Haley, how are you?
I didn't know I was here to talk about Survivor. I thought I was here to talk about Shan Viber.
Shan Viber?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all about Shan. That's all we've got.
It's all about Shan.
Shan or bust.
Shan or bust. The Canadians are loving Shan.
She's one of us, so we have to.
Yes. Well, Haley, what a week. We talked about the Great British Bake Off on Nothing But Netflix with Chappelle on Sunday. We had a lot of fun there. A new season of The Bachelorette kicked off, and now here you are on the feedback show.
Big week for me. I'm going to need about 3 weeks to recover from all of this commitment time.
Yes,
but I'm so happy to be here. Obviously, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Well, it's been a long time since we had Survivor.
Yeah. I'm not saying you haven't called me in a while. Like, we text now, we're friends, it's fine. And you usually call me for fall seasons of Survivor anyway. That's I give off autumnal vibes, I would say.
Yes.
But am I excited to talk about this season of Survivor? Maybe not. Am I excited to talk to you about stuff? Yes.
Great. All right. Well, I am excited to have you here to talk with us because we always have a lot of fun. Of course, you can hear Haley every week talking about the Bachelorette this season in our Bachelorette podcast feed. Go to robhasawebsite.com/Bachelor feed to subscribe to hear Haley and Amy talk about it all. It's a new season of the Bachelorette. Haley, I know the Bachelor franchise has gone through a lot of changes this year. Is the Bachelor and Bachelorette, are they as like self-referential, talking about the new era as much on that show as they do on Survivor?
No, which is surprising because I feel like there's been a more dynamic shift in Bachelor than there actually has been in Survivor. They almost don't mention it on The Bachelor. It's like they kind of don't want to go back over not having any Black people on the show for 20 years, or that their former host was kind of racist, or a lot of things. And it's like they're trying to be like, look at us, we're fresh and new, and let's not dwell on the past.
They don't call as much attention to the new era.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Have they changed the game at all in terms of as much as Survivor has come back with a lot of wrinkles here in Survivor 41?
No, I think the premise of The Bachelor has always been relatively the same. I will say I do believe, like Survivor, The Bachelor is played at a much faster pace than it ever used to be. Like, people are like falling, and I'm falling in love. Like, I can see myself falling in love like at week like 1 or 2. It does move fast now. Like, engagements were not always required back in the day, but now that it's more or less like a failed season if there's no ring at the end.
Okay. All right. Well, new season is with this is a Bachelorette. Who is this? Michelle.
We have Michelle, and Michelle is somebody we are very excited about. They actually kind of just created a new season for Michelle. Like, they usually only do one Bachelorette a year. They had already assigned somebody to be the Bachelorette in the spring, and there was so much positive fanfare about Michelle that they were more or less like, I guess we'll just do another season for her.
Why not? Yeah.
Not taking our feelings into consideration. I haven't had a break from this show in months.
How much Bachelor has there been in 2021?
So we had a season of The Bachelor, started like the first week of January. That went till about March. And then the new season of The Bachelorette started in mid or end of May.
Yeah.
That finished in August. Then we did Bachelor in Paradise, which started the next week and went right until the first week of October. We had 1 week off, and now we are back in then we'll probably have 2 weeks off at Christmas before getting into another season of The Bachelor.
Haley, have you ever talked about this? Does the Bachelor, Bachelorette have any sort of like rewatch value? Like, does anybody go back and watch an old season of The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
Some people do. I cannot bring myself to ever do that.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody over quarantine, I binged all of The Bachelor?
Nobody contacted us about it, but they did, because they didn't have a new Bachelor season to air. Every week they aired the Bachelor greatest seasons of all time, where they basically condense an entire season in about 2 hours and do interviews with people and stuff. That was actually a good hang. I did enjoy that.
They did new interviews with people from old seasons.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
so
interesting.
It was interesting. I did enjoy it. Like, there was a couple seasons I hadn't seen, so it was kind of fun to see some of the clips. You could not pay me enough money to rewatch a season of The Bachelor. It's 2 hours a week, and it's just so much skippable content.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not necessary for the show to be 2 hours. It just isn't. And sometimes it's like 2 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about my podcasting role, which I enjoy. It's just that
yes,
it's a lot sometimes. Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's talk about some Survivor here in Survivor 41. I know you are a big fan of Shan, and really, who isn't?
I mean, is there anyone else to be a fan of right now? Because I feel like not a whole lot of people are getting screen time other than Shan.
Yeah, it's interesting that Ua really became our Matt Singh, where it really looked like that Yasa was going to be the dumpster fire, and Yasa was going to be a big problem. And I guess if we're sort of like going to go back and review like all the analysis of when we saw they voted out Voce instead of Tiffany, and everyone's like, "You idiots! Well, how could you vote? You're gonna get ready to lose all your challenges because now you voted out Voce and left in Tiffany, and they haven't lost since."
No, and Tiffany's an absolute star. Can you imagine it, the last 2 episodes if we haven't had her? Like, no, I don't want to live in that world.
Yeah, and then I mean, since that point, it's been Brad and then JD and Genie back to back to back. So really, like, and don't forget that Sarah went home in the first episode. So I mean, they're down to just 2 people at UA, and it's really been, all about, for the most part, Shan and Ricard.
Mm-hmm. And even within that duo, I feel like we've gotten so much Shan content. Like, I feel like we don't even know Ricard that well. Or maybe I've just been spending a lot of time on my phone during the episodes.
Yeah, that is a good point. I feel like that as far as like the personal content, you got some Ricard in the first episode, but really, Shan, it's been much more consistent about like her relationships, how she feels about people, how people feel about her, where Ricard, we've sort of gotten a little bit of strategy from him, but not as much of Ricard's personality.
Shan has her own darn theme song.
Yeah. You like the Shantham.
Yeah, it's fun. That's a really fun little aspect this season.
Mm-hmm. So, Haley, let me ask you a little bit about, we have, of course, this is our feedback show. We have lots of questions. I know that it was something that you wanted to talk about coming into tonight of some of the editing tricks that they've done in this season. I have a question that came in. This is from the great Greg Dunlap. He actually asked this question for Davey, but I forgot to get to it on the Davey podcast. But since this was something you want to talk about, is it okay with you if I recycle a question for Davey for you?
Of course, as long as the question asker isn't hurt that I'm answering it instead of Davey.
Okay. Here is Greg talking about the edit.
Hey, Robin, Davey, it's Pinball Greg. I had a question about the editing that they've been doing in Survivor this season. We've seen several occasions where somebody will be going about their business and suddenly reveal something that happened in days earlier, and then we'll get a flashback. I mean, most notably in this episode, we had the situation with Nasir where the 2 tribes were tribal council speaking their secret phrases, and then suddenly it's revealed that Nasir has his secret phrase, and we flash back to a day earlier when he had found the advantage. And I was wondering what you guys think of that, because I personally find it super annoying. Like, part of the fun for me is following the strategy and thinking about the strategic moves that I would make along the way if I was each of these tribes. And this kind of ruins that, because I feel like we got to a place where I could say I would have done XYZ in this situation, but then this here comes out with this phrase, and we realize now that things were different. So kind of curious of your all's takes on that new thing that we're seeing a lot more and more in this season. Thanks. Love the podcast.
Yes. Thank you, Greg. So, Haley, this is an interesting question. I think I've seen it like divide the fan base a little bit. I talked about how I actually really enjoyed it. I got chills in that moment when Nasir ended up revealing that he had the third phrase. But yeah, I've definitely heard other people, Greg, that I talked to, J.E. Skeets, and I had listened to on the No Buffs podcast, that Jason Concepcion said he also doesn't like that they do this and flashback. How do you feel about this?
I'm absolutely loving this. There are some aspects of this season that I am very not loving, but the editing is not one of them. I think because I look at the show a little differently than Greg. If you would drop me on the island, I would be medevaced after 3 days for being very cranky.
Is that a reason why they medevac people?
It would be for me, and I promise you that.
Get the chopper.
So I like the story. I like the social relationships. I like the interactions between the people. I like to know what the driving forces are. So I have really been loving those flashbacks because I'm finding that it's adding context to the characters and why they're making the decisions that they do. Or even, I think it could have been really dry that if we go to that idol moment, they're standing on the mat and then nobody from Blue says anything. Or even if we know that Nasir is going to say something. I feel like that's much more like dry TV moment than what we got. Like, it was very cool because we're all just like, nobody's gonna say anything, and then Nasir says it, and then we like go like later, it was really fun. And then we got why finding the idol is so important to him. And I just am really enjoying it. And even when Shan was talking about her mother, like, we kind of got like a flashback, we saw some photos. It's adding context to these characters, and I'm having a great time doing that.
Yeah, I understand what Greg is saying about, if you want to follow along, and I can just understand that like a little bit more if it's like, at tribal council where we sort of like, we didn't even know Nasir had the idol, and then he plays an idol, and we're like, hold on, wait a minute, when did he find it? But I feel like that this was really just for style. It wouldn't have changed anything if we would have seen a scene at that camp where he found the idol and then ultimately ended up saying the phrase that pays at that before the challenge. So to me, this didn't really bother me, and I feel like that just in terms of like stylistically, I feel like that it really was a big pop that you got from the episode. So I for one was not bothered by it.
And for me, it even takes away from the cringe factor that I'm finding with those like mat phrases. Like I just shake my head I'm like, broccoli, just small trees, and like, relatives, butterflies. It makes me want to die every time I hear that, and I'm not like, it's just
Why?
It's just so awkward. And God, I'm not the smartest gal on the block, but I feel like if I was standing on those mats and I heard somebody say that stupid effing line 3 times, like every time we go to immunity challenge, I'd be like, what the heck is up here? I'd be suspicious as hell. I probably wouldn't do anything about it. I'd probably just gossip about it if I'm being perfectly honest with everyone. But I would just be like, I'm over this. Like, I'm over the weird phrases. I'm over it. It's too weird. It's just like, that's what takes me out of the show is like, all of my relatives live as butterflies now. And it's not like in a fun way, like Caitlyn on Big Brother. Caitlyn? Yeah, like when her grandfather was burned. Great television. This weird stuff, it's like I get what they were doing. They wanted it to be weird and awkward, so it stood out. And people would get suspicious. I don't know. I'm just finding it a little weird. It's not my thing. Editing, my thing.
So let's go back to that moment, because I'd love to hear. I feel like there was a lot to unpack when everybody was going through their phrases. First off, let me get into Jeff at the start of that challenge, because I'm not sure Jeff was doing okay that day. Haley, this is what Jeff had to say to open up that challenge.
This is the hottest spot in all of Fiji, if not the earth. It is day 11. I am already drenched. I cannot imagine how you're doing.
The hottest spot in the earth, maybe.
I don't know if Jeff knows geography well, or is he just like, do men get hot flashes too when they get older? Is that strictly a menopausal thing?
I think, older people. Wait, no, hold on. Why are you asking me?
I mean, it was your birthday this week.
Yeah. I would say that that is not something that I've heard. If anything,
I feel like Jeff is, in the nicest way, lost it a little bit over quarantine because, like, I feel like he is just wilding out this season. Like the facial expression we saw in the preview for next week, that is not something I ever expected from Jeffrey Edward Probst.
Which one? Could you recreate that?
But he had like more cheek movements somehow too.
So yeah, Jeff was really hot. Believe you me, because he even made a video that was on the Jeff Probst Instagram. And let me play this other clip for you of this is Jeff the day of that challenge.
This is behind the scenes about how hot it is on Survivor. If you think it's a joke, is it a joke?
Not at all. Oh my.
It is the hottest place in Fiji. Some say on Earth. We're not sure. We're trying to get on.
Who said on Earth?
Just
Who
Jeff.
said it was the hottest
Only
place
Jeff.
on Earth?
This isn't even the hottest place that they filmed the Survivor season.
I've never heard that before. Any of the seasons they shot in Fiji, this is the hottest place on Earth.
Yeah, no, you know what? Hottest country on Earth.
Is it Fiji?
No,
maybe
there's no
on
way.
this day.
Mali. Mali is the hottest country on Earth.
No, that this is like the Stefan skit of like the hottest country on Earth is Fiji. They've got relatives that talk to you as butterflies and broccoli that looks like a tree. Confused goats.
Palau made the list of top 10 hottest countries in the world between 1991 and 2020. So you would think that would be it.
Oh, it's hot. It's hot in Fiji.
I don't doubt it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
Hottest place on Earth. I'm gonna ask somebody about that.
But Haley, listen to how hot it was in Fiji.
But it broke down over. I can't even talk.
Here, hold on, let me go back.
Is the hottest place in Fiji. Some say on Earth. We're not sure. We're trying to get on Google, but it broke down over. I can't even talk.
Google broke because it was so hot in Fiji.
I will say that sometimes when I'm playing little like video games on my phone, it gets too hot in my little sweaty hands and it will shut down. So that I believe, but I'm scrolling this list that I did find on Google, and I'm not seeing Fiji is way lower than many countries they visited, including Kenya.
Yeah. Maybe on that day.
Gabon. Lots of other places. Panama is on the list.
Okay. Well, it was hot. And so, all right. So Jeff sets up that it's hot. And then from there, Ricard is going to take over. And Ricard wants to set up Shan so she could say the broccoli line.
I'm hot. I'm tired. She's vegan. She's losing her mind. She thinks everything's food.
Okay. Now, is this a thing about vegans, that the vegans think everything is food?
No, vegans don't think everything is food. That's the point. Right?
Do you think, is Shan actually vegan, or do you think that was just part of Ricard's cover story?
I'm not sure. I don't remember if she ate some fish the other day when Nathan came to visit, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. If you're vegan, are you more likely to think that broccoli are trees? Are you sort of like we go into the forest and like, oh my God, look at this is like, I'm in like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory right now.
I'm not sure. Yeah, you would. I don't know. You would think I would. I don't know. I'm not sure. How does broccoli grow? Do they grow in trees or is it more like a bush?
I think it's a bush. You get like a bushel in the store. I feel like it's a bush.
Yes.
I'm
gonna Google that now too. Wow. Welcome to Haley and Rob Google things.
Yeah. It's so hot. The Google machine is broken. Yeah. Haley, does broccoli actually look like little trees?
I mean, I guess if you're like a 7-year-old, they're like, whoa, this is wild. Well,
Yeah.
I can't eat this. It's a tree. I'm not allowed to go outside and eat trees. I don't know. I don't talk to many 7-year-olds, so I'm not really sure how they interact with the adult folk.
I'll ask Dominic. But then after we got the whole thing, then so Ricard set up Xander, who said his thing again. Jeff is gonna pivot. This was Jeff moving on.
Hi.
Yeah. How about that?
That man is not well.
Hi.
Like, is he? No, the heat must have fried his poor little brain.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we got to Nasir, who said this great line.
I am as confused as a goat on AstroTurf.
Yes.
Attaboy. Which of the 3 phrases do you think is the worst to say?
I think that the broccoli looks like little trees.
I'm going with dead relatives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think those 2 are on like one tier. And then and then this one is
I am as confused as a goat on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the other tribes be suspicious that the green team has twice talked about broccoli being little trees?
I mean, everybody knows. I think everybody in the whole game
I guess so.
knows.
Yeah.
Other than maybe like Erica and Heather, they might be the only 2 people who don't know what this is.
I'm sorry, Robert. There's a woman named Heather on this season.
Yes. She is not great at challenges.
You and me both, sister. I would be the Heather of the challenge, except I would not cry. I'd be like, ugh, you're right. This is just not for me.
All right. Speaking of Heather and Erica, let me ask you this question, and this is from one of our listeners, Pow.
Hey Rob, hey Haley, this is Powell calling from Toronto here in Canada. My question is specific to Haley. Haley, I know that you're from Ontario, Toronto, and or maybe Niagara Falls, which is where Erica is from and is currently living in. So I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts on Erica so far as a whole? I know we haven't seen a lot of her, but do you think she's the type of player that just explodes during the merge, or is she going to be under the radar until she gets voted out, if at all? Thank you. Bye.
Haley, do you have any thoughts on your countrywoman?
My
Erica?
region woman.
My region woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're like 2 degrees of separation because she met the mayor, or the mayor tweeted her of Niagara Falls, and Ethan's met the mayor a couple times. So Erica and I are best friends at that.
Why did they give her the key to the city?
I'm not sure the context. I think it was just like, oh, it's exciting to have somebody from Niagara Falls on Survivor. And then she tweeted the mayor of Toronto and was like, your move, John Tory. I'm really excited Erica's here, and I'm not somebody who's ever going to pretend that I don't have incredible biases when it comes to my favorites. I love Erica. We've seen 45 seconds of Erica, but I love her because she is from Niagara Falls. I think that once we get into the merge, she could be doing well. I think in the Blue Tribe right now, it's hard because they're bored and they just want to vote people out for any reason possible. I feel like once we get to the merge or the fake merge or wherever we're heading next, I don't think people are looking at Erica as a threat.
Do you think that she has an in anywhere?
No, but I think she can create one.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, because if say we're going into real merge tomorrow, which Jeff said, we're going in 6 blue tribe, 2 green, 4 yellow. I could easily see those two green, 4 yellow getting together and needing to pull a blue. I could see Erica being that blue to pull, because I don't know if she has like strong allegiances with who she's with right now.
Yeah, if her and Sydney end up in the same group, I definitely could see like a fracture there where they're gunning for each other, and we'll see who is going to go after whom there.
Yeah, I definitely think that. I feel like Sydney's probably going to cause friction with anyone she's meeting in the next stage of the game, just because I feel like maybe Blue has gotten used to it. I feel like whoever is introduced to her next is not going to be used to it.
Haley, are you enjoying Sydney on the show?
Am I enjoying Sydney on the show? Have you gotten any proof that she listens and tweets about?
I haven't seen anything.
Cool. I don't think she's somebody IRL that I would appreciate hanging out with, nor would appreciate hanging out with me. She is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't follow her on Instagram after this.
Okay. All right. Here's Sydney talking about her role as a provider for the Luvu tribe.
I consider myself to be a mermaid.
A mermaid. I don't think anybody's ever described themselves on Survivor before as a mermaid. Or
You
a
mean
merman.
Rupert hasn't?
Who?
Rupert?
I don't think so.
No, he was all about the pirate. Yeah.
Yeah. So a mermaid. And that's because Sydney is so good at catching fish.
Everyone's like, wow, like women catching fish. And I'm like, whatever.
Feminist hero, Sydney.
Yeah.
She is the one we've all been waiting for.
A woman who can catch a fish?
Can you imagine that, Robert?
Whatever.
Ladies in the sea.
So it did get me thinking. I don't know who is the most prolific woman spear fisherman or fisher person in Survivor history.
Lil, obviously.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, I'm just a fisher person.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like that there are women that caught with the pole and the hook, but I don't remember a lot of women. I think that Danny in Winners at War on the edge caught something. I feel like a lot of women, and I wonder if it's because there's all too many dudes hogging the Hawaiian sling.
That was going to be my theory. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a man's job. The Hawaiians. I'd be like, here, please take it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't need this hassle when I break the spear.
Yeah, I would be afraid of everybody being mad at me, so I tend not to take on risky roles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about a question for you about people have been asking me about are the survivors getting a lot of clothes? We know about the bathing suits. Have you this was you're nodding yes.
Yeah, Shan has 5 outfits.
Okay, good. Look, well, let me see if I can give you first. Let me give you this question from the voicemails. This is a question for you. If they're getting too many clothes, then what do you think of this? This is from Dirty Diana as a question. Okay, here is Dirty Diana.
Hi, Rob and Haley. It's Dirty Diana calling. With all the talk around swimwear for this season, how come survivors have never adopted a uniform for contestants, similar to MTV's The Challenge? Survivors should have uniforms that represent the season and starting tribe. All survivors would have equal and fair clothing choices. Besides Issa look being affected, is this such a bad idea?
Haley, should the survivors have uniforms like The Challenge?
Before she said The Challenge, I was extremely worried she was going to say Squid Game.
No. I mean, it's not that dissimilar.
I don't know. Should they have a uniform? I've never considered that, honestly.
I mean,
No,
they
I like
kind
the
of had that in
personality
the
of the
early
clothes.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah,
They had
'cause
the Reebok stuff.
Yeah, because The Challenge only has it really for the challenge itself. So if they all came to the immunity challenge in water shoes and a wetsuit, great. No, I want to see their fashion shows on the beach time. Shan has 5 outfits. She has overalls, she has a tank top, she has a shirt, she has other shorts. They all have a lot of outfits, which I am fine with. I don't need them to suffer. I'm not here for the suffer. I don't want anyone to get a UTI.
Yes. I mean, that is basically our mantra.
Yeah. Rob has a podcast, no EUTIs.
Yeah, I mean that they should like have a well of cranberry juice.
And not cranberry cocktail. That doesn't do anything.
Yes. I mean, look at that. I mean, the bathing suit thing. It's a very good point. I'll be very surprised if in season 43, they don't have their bathing suits.
Yeah, I think it's really cute actually, because I liked when you would you had outfit choices in the Amazon.
Yes. Okay. Well, here is a question, and I got tagged in this on TikTok today on this question. This is from a great TikToker, Survivor _simulation had wanted to know the answer to this question.
I have a question about this season of Survivor, and I want to know if anybody else out there noticed this. For some reason, I feel like production gave them multiple outfits this year. Like, they obviously don't have bathing suits yet, but I'm pretty sure Evie's been wearing like 3 different shirts. Does anybody else notice this, or is it just me?
Yeah. So Haley, you're saying the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm loving it. Here for it.
Yes. Okay. So you like having wardrobe changes?
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. It's my favorite cartoon was The Weekenders because it was the only cartoon where people ever changed their clothes. I don't know. I like it.
How many different outfits did they have?
I think they had maybe 4.
Yeah.
They definitely had 3 per weekend, but I think they like had a 4th as like every episode didn't have the same outfits or something.
Yeah, there's like little things that they could be doing, like letting them have more clothes, like honestly, like letting them eat, like it's like who cares? Like it doesn't
let them have a
change,
flint. Like
it doesesn't change anybody's enjoyment of the show at home.
I could not give less of an S. Wait, is that right?
Yeah.
That they're like, I want them to have food. Like, I don't want them to, I don't know, give them a cup of rice every day. Like, they don't need to have full steak.
Cares?
But like,
who cares?
Oh no, you're not allowed to have the flame because you lost the challenge. Like, stop being such a spoil sport, Jeff.
Okay, let's.
It's just so dumb. Like I'm happy that the game can be 26 days. Do not care. Well, like, you're welcome. But it's just like, so let's try and make it harder because you're not going as long. Like, no, I don't care. I don't care.
Nobody does. Yeah. All right. Haley, I have a question for you from one of our listeners, Hillary, who wants to talk about some of the changes that they've made this season.
Hey, Rob, this is Hillary from California. So I think that the problem that I think is emphasized more in this season, but has kind of come up the past few seasons, is this definition of fun, which like obviously is more defined in this season since Mike White's like had to do something that's fun. I think the problem is fun for who? Because it seems like Jeff and production had a lot of fun making this season with like the 3-way idol that nobody knew, you know, if you could even vote, like the rest of the game, right? And I think that it was weird that it took, like in the edit, like once we're watching it back on TV, it takes them 2 weeks for you to even know that it would reset at the merge, which I know like you and Fishback were saying that it would probably reset at the merge, but nobody knew that for sure. And then I don't understand why that took 2 weeks. So I think that it's just kind of confusing sometimes. Like, I think that production is not necessarily thinking about how it translates to television. And then also when you're like kind of screwing people's games over, like, especially now with that new advantage where it's basically take someone's advantage, you know, that doesn't translate well to someone's game, let alone like to the TV audience. So I don't know. That's just like my thoughts. It's not really a question. But that was just something I was thinking about.
Okay.
Hope you guys are doing well.
Thank you, Hillary. So it's an interesting question from Hillary about the idea of, is it fun, but fun for who?
Robert, here's my theory.
Yes.
All of the people
I like
were
that
locked.
you picked up the microphone.
This is important. All of the people who work on production on Survivor have had some time off.
Yeah.
They ordered a bunch of legal weed on the internet and smoked it all and came up with the craziest twists. And then without asking a reasonable person if these made sense, they just put them on TV.
Yeah.
It just, have I liked any of the twists so far? No, I haven't. They're all convoluted. They're hard to follow for dumb people like me. And I don't know who has what.
Yes.
What is the point of having a tribe of 3 people in which one cannot vote?
Mm-hmm.
Like Shan and Ricard are fighting over like 2 advantages. Like, babes, you're in a team of 3. Who gives an F? Just what is Ricard going to do with an extra vote anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I'm just frustrated because it's just like, leave things alone. Just leave it alone, and it would have been fine. If you trust the cast you casted, cast you cast.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. You don't need all this fluff.
Right.
Again, I hated hearing those phrases for 3 weeks straight. That was the worst part for me personally.
Yeah, I was thinking about this because I was talking with J.E. Skeets from the No Dunks podcast, and just like when like the NBA like wants basketball to be fun, but they don't like change the rules each season to try to make the game more fun. It's like, how do we like market the players better? How do we get more people interested in the show? We were
having fun.
It's like you have a good game.
For 20 years. Just let us be.
You have a good game. You found incredible people to play it.
Just let
them play it.
Just let it go. Just let it go. You don't need all this. Like, no. You know what? I was going to try and say that the hike can be fun. It's not fun. I do like other people from other tribes being able to interact. You know what I want to see, Rob? I want to see a One World season. I want to see another One World season where everyone's on the same beach. You know what I really want? I want them to play the challenge. I want them every week in that pre-merge to do different things. I want them some weeks to have 2 large teams, some weeks just have pairs, and then like the 4 pairs that score the lowest go to tribal. I want them to mess with that format. You know what? Maybe I should just watch the challenge, actually.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch a lot of the challenge?
I do. Yeah, I'm about 4 weeks behind. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks behind.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But I want more interaction between the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having a nice time watching Ua interact for 5 weeks. But I feel like I haven't gotten any interaction from anyone else. And I want the social interaction. That's what I'm here for. And I think the hike is a little dumb, but I do like the relationships that happen from that.
Haley, what do you think they're going to do next week?
I think they're going to do a Thailand where they pretend they've never done it before, but they've done it before.
Yeah, it's like it's been long enough since that. They forgot about that.
Nobody knows this. Nobody remembers this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I think they're going to do. Is I think they're going to Thailand it, bring everyone to the same beach, maybe like divide into 2 tribes, but not actually merge.
Haley, what do you think will happen next with Shan and Ricard? Because you've seen a lot of couples form across the Bachelor, and then I feel like you have a good eye for who's going to stick together, who's going to drift apart.
I think they see each other as more as a threat than like a comrade. Like, they don't have the same relationship that Denise and Malcolm had at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're not going to stick together. I feel like they don't trust each other quite enough. I think that both Ricard and Shan, in that conversation we saw about Ricard holding on to the twist, I think that damaged both of them a little bit. And as much as they could have trusted, like they built a trust in this vote, I think it's not going to be repairable in the future.
The great Survivor pairs, Malcolm and Denise, JT and Steven, Dom and Wendell, like you would never see them have an argument like this.
Mm-mm. Especially not this early, and especially about something in my mind is not that consequential. Because theoretically, if we want to go into it, what could Ricard have actually done with that extra vote? It wasn't a steal a vote, right? It was just an extra vote.
Yeah. So Ricard hypothetically could put 2 votes on Shan if he wanted to. It would be tied 2-2. The question is, and the question we kind of don't know the answer to is, does Ricard get an extra vote on a revote? He
I
didn't
don't
steal a
think
vote.
so, right?
Yeah.
But if Shan was that anxious about it, she could have used her idol.
Yes. And basically, she could have, but I still think that unless Genie played the shot in the dark, if Genie played the shot in the dark, and then Shan was trying to vote for Ricard, and he played the extra vote, then like there is a scenario, I guess, where they could have a 2-1. But who do you think is more to blame? Do you think it's a 50-50? Was it
Yeah,
more
because
messed up?
I don't think Shan should have asked for it.
Yeah.
And then
It's like, we've got the plan.
Yeah, but I understand where Ricard's coming from, because if he's like, well, why are you so anxious about this? You're making me anxious. You make me want to hold on to it. But I think at some point you just got to go, hey, Shan, this is me putting my trust in you, and I hope that is like reciprocated. Here is that extra vote. But I feel like I'd like to have more been in Ricard's position where I'm standing my ground, but me, Haley Strong, I'm a pushover. I would have just given her the vote.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
No,
I'm
I
not
think I
fighting.
would
I'm
have
not
too.
fighting. I'm not fighting with you over this. But I think he's completely right. She shouldn't
Mhm.
have been pushing it,
Yeah.
because
Like,
her advantage is way more powerful than his advantage.
yeah, I think that JD had more of a leg to stand on than Ricard did, and Ricard didn't end up giving back the vote. JD, like it was JD's vote.
Yeah.
And Jay's like, no, I give it back to me. I want to hold it again. Like I think that JD was more within his rights to say no. Ricard, she like said, okay, here, hold this. And now she's like, I want it back. And he's like, well, I'm not going to give it back to you now. I'll give it back to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, he just watched her snake.
Yeah.
JD. So like he's like, I don't know.
Valid concern.
Yeah, fair and reasonable in my mind.
Mm-hmm. So I just feel like that overall, I am not very bullish on these two like having like a functional working relationship after this.
I am not either. I think it's very obvious that Shan is going to gravitate more towards Liana, and I think we saw that pretty clearly when she said, like, I met Liana 4.5 minutes ago, and I've already talked to her about everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've shared with her stuff that Ricard and I haven't talked about, and we've been together for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah. Do you think that we'll see Shan end up, being a part of this group with Evie and Liana and Tiffany?
Yeah, I do.
Well, this is very interesting.
Yeah, like I'm interested in see it, but I think Ricard is going to probably join the blue people and have a great time over there.
Okay, so will Ricard fit in? So that's interesting. So if Shan goes towards that group, Evie, Liana, Tiffany, said like assuming that there's a merge now, I mean that would put that group sort of in a less great spot than if Ricard was teaming up with Luvu. And I guess the question would be, and this is total like supposition, because like we have not seen Ricard interact with any of them. I guess like where are like the Ericas and Heathers of the world and Nasir?
I think I think those three are pretty fluid.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the other guys on the tribe kind of bringing Ricard in to kind of replace Nasir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be a lot more fluid than I'm
and would Xander stick with his group?
I forgot about Xander. Wow, he's still there. Congratulations to him. I can't wait to see him be first out in the merge.
You think that's where it's going?
Yeah. Like, does he not have some first merge boot written all over him?
He does in a normal season, but I almost feel like that in what you're describing, like it's like, okay, if people are worried about Luvu, I guess I could see Luvu coming for him. But, if Yasa had Shan, they're not going to want to get rid of him. I feel like it's going to be like trying to pull over like Erica and Heather.
But Tiffany doesn't like Xander nor trust him or like think that he is like valuable particularly. And it seemed like I might be misremembering this, but when he went to Hike Island,
yes,
it didn't seem like the other guys liked him that much either.
Yeah, he was with Danny and JD, and JD's not in the game anymore. I don't remember anybody seemingly liking him or disliking him too much. All right, Haley, this week we saw Genie go home. Did you have any feelings about Genie?
I like Genie. I would have liked to see more from Genie. I would have liked to see her stay longer. I just don't feel like we got a lot from Genie. Because even we got so much screen time from Ua, it was really dominated with Shan and Ricard pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, I had a great chat with Genie on the exit interview. I'm surprised we didn't see more from her. I think that her thing was about her social game was going to be so good. I also saw that, I don't remember where I read this, that they didn't really highlight the fact that Genie worked in a grocery store during COVID.
Was it Trader Joe's like you guessed?
Yeah, I think it is Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to see more from her. I think maybe she would have been better suited on a different tribe, or
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I feel like she got a little unlucky with her best connection being with Brad, and she got blindsided when he got blindsided, and she kind of freaked out, which I don't blame her for. And I just felt like it was never going to be Genie over Ricard.
I had asked Genie if anybody was recognizing her in the supermarket. She said not that much because of the mask. But Haley, would you, if you found out that a Survivor contestant, say Erica, was working in a supermarket in your neighborhood, would you shop at that particular supermarket to see the Survivor?
Yes. Would I talk to them? Different story. There's actually this show that aired in Canada called Cheese, a Love Story, which Ethan and I got very into in the last couple months. The star of that show, his name is Afram. He has a store just outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
Called the Cheese Boutique.
Got it.
Ethan and I recently paid a visit to the Cheese Boutique, and we saw Afram there. We were very excited. But we found a little display with brie in it, so we were like, let's get the brie. And Afram was standing right there, and we were gonna be like, should we tell him we love the show? But then this other woman came up and was like, dude, I love your show. Tell me everything about it. Did you get approached for it? What's your favorite cheat? Like, asked him 5 billion questions. So Ethan and I just
listened. Oh, you just moved out of the frame.
You know what I mean? Instead of just being like, if that hadn't happened, we've been like, love the show. So if a Survivor player was at my local grocery store, I would go say hi. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just nice. Be like, hey, you're great on the show.
Listen,
it's just nice. Right? And I'm not going to go up to and be like,
Trader Joe's anyway.
You suck. I hated you on the show. I'm never going to do that. I'm going to be like, hey, you're on Survivor. I love that show. Hope you had a nice time. Bye. That's it. I'm not going to, I don't know. It was, I would be excited if I saw Genie at Trader Joe's. I don't think she's at the Trader Joe's in Orchard Park, though.
No, I don't believe so.
Trader Joe's.
I don't believe so. Okay.
Although I'm going to be able to visit Trader Joe's next month, maybe. I mean, I'm probably still not going to go over the border for a while, but it's now an option to me.
Yes. Why do you would you travel to Orchard Park to go to the Trader Joe's?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Trader Joe's. I think it's Orchard Park. Has to be, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
home of the Buffalo Bills.
It's near there. Anyway, they have an Olive Garden, they have a Five Guys, they have an Ulta, they have a Target. They have everything I want right there in that plaza.
Yeah.
Buffalo local, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's Amherst. Might be Amherst. Anyway, great plaza. They have everything I want. I'm very much looking forward to going back.
Okay. Let me ask you a little bit about the knowledge is power advantage. Okay. I have a question for you from one of our listeners. Scott wants to talk about knowledge is power. Here we go.
Hello, Rob and Haley. This is Bengal Scott calling. And I was reading the knowledge is power advantage, and I noticed that although you're required not to lie if you're asked the question, there's nothing in the 197 words that requires you to actually answer the question. In other words, could you plead the fifth? And I was wondering, of the players that are in the game still, who do you think is the most likely to channel their inner Troyzan and find a loophole such as this?
Okay.
I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on the subject. And hope you guys all have a great week.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you, Bengal Scott. Okay. So Haley, I don't really know how you would plead the fifth, which is one of the amendments of our Constitution, and it
In Fiji?
is no.
Because apparently the alcohol rules apply to Fiji if you're
Mhm.
Will Wall.
Yeah, I guess so. So the pleading the fifth is to say, I cannot answer this question because I don't want to incriminate myself. Is that a viable answer to this question of do you have an idol?
I think it should be. I think that if somebody said that, Jeff would be like, no, you have to tell them. You have to tell them. I think Jeff would try and ruin our fun.
Mm-hmm. So let me think here. Ask me. Let me think. See if there's a way out of this question.
Robert, do you have an idol? And can't I have it?
Do I have an idol?
Yes. Do you have an idol in your possession that you can give to me? An idol, maybe like a little statue, or maybe like a necklace or a bracelet even.
I had an idol.
You had an idol.
I don't have it on me.
That's
Am I getting anywhere?
I like that, actually. I really like that. But I think then Jeff would be like, this is the idol in place of that idol. And like,
well, how does he know?
He knows everything. Jeffrey
knows everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what if you had the idol and you left it at camp? Like, I had the idol, don't have it on me. I left it in my other pants. I have so many outfits.
I get. I don't know. I don't know, because it has to be. I hate this twist. I think it's the stupidest effing thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid. If you use this if Liana uses this advantage, she's like, the mark is on her back.
Yes.
They're gonna try and flush her idol immediately. Like, it's so stupid. Like, you want to set them up to lose? Like, have at her. Like, but not for me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
and then you ruin a relationship with somebody, and possibly their whatever they're called.
So yeah, if hypothetically she wants to vote out Xander and he has an idol, it's like, Xander, do you have an idol? Okay, great. I'm gonna play this idol on myself tonight. Like, you think she just has to like basically just like burn it in the same tribal council?
You know, it'd be bad strategy, but great comedy. Stealing the idol from Xander and then playing it on Xander. Just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. Like, hey, look, you're good. I just don't want you to have an idol.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm. I'm just messing with you, Xander.
If I got that advantage, I'm throwing it in the fire. It is stupid. I'd be like, can't believe I walked for 4 hours just to get this. In the hottest country on earth. According to Jeff Probst. Jeff,
Okay,
I'd like to see you do that hike.
Yeah. There's a question for you, Haley, from Raphael. Raphael says, how great of an advantage would it be on The Bachelor that forces somebody to answer the truth?
Now that we need. That's fantastic. Great idea, Raphael.
Do they ever hook up the Bachelor or Bachelorette contestants to a polygraph machine? Have they ever done that?
Yes, and then we would find out that some of the guys like don't wash their hands after they pee or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever really do that?
Yeah, a couple times actually. Yeah,
a couple times. Oh my
God.
I
feel it. Well, I mean, polygraph tests like aren't as hot as they were in like the early 2000s. I used to watch a show. It was like, I don't know if it was like Date My Daughter or something like that. Where every episode they'd hook a guy up to the polygraph machine and be like, "Oh, are you lying?" But now they're not permissible in court. So are they permissible in reality TV? Who's to know?
Yes,
I'm not a judge.
I still say.
Yeah, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not getting a law degree. I'm not taking a bar.
Yeah. Okay. Marissa wants to know, did you catch that they put a fully composed version of Shan's Evil Tune?
What do you mean by fully composed?
I guess. Okay. So here is a little bit of Shan's Shantham. Okay, here is a little bit more of that.
Maybe I'm gonna open it.
Well, I'd rather give you the vote.
Yes.
And have you write her name, because I told you I'd never write her name down.
Yes.
It works.
What do you think? Did they add more to it?
Yeah, you know what? We do have a clip of the old one.
Let me see. So the old one is this is Haley is testing me. Okay, here we go. Here is
they both sound like a string instrument, but the second one did sound to have like a flute or something. But in the first clip, we cut off before the flute point.
Yeah.
Does that make
Well,
sense?
Not to jump too far ahead into some things I pulled for social media, but do you know that the composer, the great Coach Wade of Survivor fame, decided to make his own rendition of Shan's theme, and he posted it on Twitter the other day. Here's Coach.
What's up, everybody on the Twitterverse? You want this anthem? I got it for you right here. I'm sitting in my recording studio. I think I got it memorized.
What do you think? Did Coach have it memorized?
He did better than I could have done.
Yeah. Okay.
I what instrument was he playing? Like
a trumpet.
Oh, okay. I just feel like maybe there's not as like range in a trumpet. Yeah. Oh, I forgot you mouth trumpeted.
But that was more of a mouth cello.
Oh gosh, what fun we have.
Okay. All right.
Can you mouth tambourine?
No.
That would be like a teeth thing, and you need to keep those.
Yes. All right, Haley, since we're talking about music, there was a great secret scene. I believe it was an exclusive that was given to Dalton Ross over on EW of the Yasa tribe. Did you happen to see this clip?
No.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to play some for you. So speaking of Coach, of course, that we know that Coach was behind the legendary Survivor band, the Dragons.
Yeah, of course. Who could forget?
Who can forget? And so the Yasa tribe, they were jamming themselves with Tiffany, Liana, Evie, and Xander. And they were working on some original tracks. Okay? So here, let me play for you a little bit of some of their tracks that they have been working on. Okay, they were just like banging on like a rock. Okay, here is the Yasa tribe with their original song.
1, 2, 3.
You gotta get the crowd more entertained.
Yeah, what is Xander doing?
All I could picture when I heard that is that scene in Jurassic Park when like the little baby raptor was being born out of the egg.
Was that like the crowd? Was it like
oh, maybe. I blacked out, Rob. There's too many noises.
2, 3.
They sound like the Wambulance.
Yeah, call the Wambulance.
What is a more effective crowd noise? Something like that. No, see, it's in your head now. No,
I can't even do it. I can't even do it. So that was Xander's attempt. So Xander, I think, really struck out. Stick to talking about the butterflies, Xander. All right, but then Evie has an original tune. I think Evie does a little bit better. Okay, here's Evie's original jam.
1, 2, 3, 4. I slept in the dirt, and I slept in the dirt, and I was dirty before. Now I'm even dirtier. I slept in the dirt, and I joined in. We slept in the dirt, and it was awesome. We stayed more.
All right, Haley, what do you think? And we're getting ready, but the Wand Off is coming back. I think the Survivor is new.
Yeah, I'm ready to add that to my Spotify playlist.
Yes. You like I Slept in the Dirt?
Yeah, I think they could have changed the second line after I slept in the dirt to something else. Like I ate in the dirt.
Mm-hmm. Just all the different stuff.
Yeah, just all the things you're doing in the dirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then got one more track from Yasa. This is a little bit, I guess, more now. They're just like, I think they found their rhythm with I Slept in the Dirt.
We blew on the fire. We blew on the fire.
And when we woke up, there wasn't even fire.
It was gone.
I love that last line. Oh,
Mhm,
it was
they-
God.
They have no Flint,
Oh no.
right? Or do they have a Flint?
No, they have Flint. They're not.
This might have
green.
been when they had no Flint.
Maybe.
Maybe. So there you go. So I don't
I
know
mean,
if they're
just
gonna.
let them have the damn Flint. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Haley. For many, many years on the Feedback Show, we would explore what was going on in the world of Survivor social media, and we got away from it a little bit, and I wanted to bring it back.
Go back to our roots. Are we going to come up with a hashtag after this episode too?
Oh, I would love to. I would love to. Because I feel like the people, people were missing it. We were doing it on Twish for a while, and we haven't been doing Twish this season. So why don't we go ahead and let's talk about a little bit of what's going on social media. And to do so, I'm proud to bring in a little jingle from the great Jacob Sager Weinstein.
Tweets, baby, tweets. There's a new season on tap. And it's you, the fans, who give me reason to rap.
The camera pulls back to show that I am surrounded by an army of audio engineers and boom mic operators.
Tweets.
Yes, Jacob
Hilarious.
had sent in some jingles this season, and I felt bad. I said, Jacob, we haven't done any social media. So we're going through the ones that we have. That was from the first episode.
Great. It was beautiful. I was going to sing it if you didn't play that. So I'm glad I didn't. Have
Oh,
to
okay.
do that.
Do you have a riff?
No, I don't.
The tweets are coming. The tweets are here, and we have them from the survivors.
Now they're gone. That's
Now
what we
they're
can say
gone.
after.
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, we love to get them. We've been posting a thread in the Facebook group. For the
Rob, do
Rob
you
is a
remember when
Podcast.
we used to do this as members of the interns? We used to we'd have an intern of the week, head intern of the week, and we used to have a Word document. Oh, and we'd send it along. How cute were we back in 2010?
I mean, yeah, it's like 10 years ago. That was the process.
And people can't even,
Haley,
you
it
can't
might have been
imagine.
more efficient then.
But there's so
Might have
few
been-
of us.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Oh, I remember the day you started like the patron group. That was when the intern group truly died. Is the intern group still exist?
It exists. Yeah.
Oh, memories.
Yeah, that was where I first reached out and said I need people who want to help out with Robin's podcast. We had like 45 people.
Yeah, it was great.
Mm-hmm. So, Haley, here we are talking about the Survivor social media, and I want to try to expand to tweets, Instagram posts, TikToks. Yeah,
I just joined TikTok last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like it so far? You're
No,
overwhelmed.
because the algorithm hasn't figured me out yet. All I'm getting is like content about the new shorts at Hooters and like small business owners complaining about orders. That's all I've gotten so far.
Yes. Okay. And so and much like you like to see the survivors get a lot of outfits, you feel like that the waitresses should also have a number of outfits to choose from, right?
Yeah, whatever they want to wear.
Whatever they want to wear.
Yep.
Right. And then what you have people complaining about small businesses?
No, small business owners. So what they'll do is they'll like make their little item, like their like little latte keychain, their scented candle. And over that, they'll play a story using like the mechanical robot voice of like,
Yeah.
and it's always like a play. It's like, customer, cancel my order. And then the small business person's like, okay, what is the issue? And then they're like, I haven't gotten my shipping order number yet. And then the small business is like, it takes 2 weeks for me to make my product. It says that in the description. Like, it's just like that.
That's
And
the supply chain.
yeah, I cannot stop watching those because that's all that's presented to me. So if people can send me tips about how to make my algorithm better, like please.
Yeah. So
help me.
well, first off, you got to stop watching them, Haley.
I know, but I can't help.
Yeah, well, then the algorithm knows you
know
so
it's my
well.
fault.
If
But
you
how did
can't,
it get to me in the first place? Like
you
what
watched
about
one,
me?
you watched one, and you didn't turn it off, and now it's like, oh, I know what she likes.
And like I get some like depressing ones too. And it's like, I already have depression. I don't need to take this on.
Yeah, well, let me give you a tip. If you hold down your finger on the phone and then do not interested, then it'll stop sending you those.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I got that from Chantel Francis.
I did recently learn today. Actually, I learned about bones or no bones.
You were today years old when you learned about bones or no bones.
Yeah, which I love. Like that's the content I want.
Well, let me explain that because I was trying to think of like, is there when I was getting ready for the show today, I'm like, is there a Survivor version of Bones Day or No Bones Day? So
dirt day or no dirt day, or fire day or no fire day.
There is a pug named Noodles who is on TikTok, and his owner picks up Noodles. I think it's a boy that picks him up every day, and he either can stand up or he falls back down. And is it a Bones Day or no Bones Day? I don't really understand the difference because it's like like it's a Bones Day. Go out there and risk your vote. Have a great day. Yeah. And
well,
it's like
Bones Day is like get at him, like wear your hard pants. No Bones Day is like snuggle.
Yeah.
Order a za. Have a night, like
take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's self-care day.
Self-care day.
Bones Day is like a go grocery shopping, get stuff done.
Yeah. And so I was trying to think of is there a Survivor equivalent of this?
Bones or no bones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I'm not sure. I'm on the spot. I don't know, Robert. What do you think?
I don't know. And this might be one that we have to ask the listeners to tell us. What is the Survivor equivalent of a Bones Day versus a no Bones Day?
Yeah, I would love. That's the hashtag.
Yeah.
Survivor Bones.
Okay, a Gabones Day. Gabones Day or no Gabones Day.
Today, you need to just take care of yourself, find some elephant dung, and rest. No need to.
Perfect
don't need
joke.
to exert yourself in the challenges.
God, that's funny.
Okay. Stephen Fishback watched Squid Game. Haley, did you watch Squid Game?
No.
Not your thing.
No. Not my thing. I've actually banned Ethan from talking to me about Squid Game because it creeps me out.
Okay.
No,
I have a tweet about Squid Game. Can I talk about it?
I'll give you this one opportunity.
Okay. All right. So Stephen Fishback went on Twitter and wrote, "Holy crap, hashtag Squid Game starts off bleak and just gets bleaker. And just when you think it couldn't get even more bleak, well, yes, then it does." And Rick Devens responded, "Have you gotten to that part where one of the players hits the other team's target with a slingshot? Bleak."
That was a dunk.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Oh,
hold on, Haley.
Oh wow, I'm sitting up straight for this one.
Steve Fishback responded, "You'd do terribly in Squid Game because once you're eliminated, you can't come back." It's a no bones day for Rick Devens.
Oh no. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That is funny. Gosh, they're so funny.
Yeah, it was a good one. Went back and forth. Okay. Then Rick Devens is in the middle of a couple of these because did you see this week, Haley, that they announced some new seasons coming to Netflix?
Of what?
Of Survivor.
Oh, American. I thought you were.
Of what?
I was going to say America's Next Top Model.
Yes, did you see they announced some more new seasons?
Yeah, we're talking about this, Rob. Great.
Of America's Next Top Model on Netflix.
Let's talk about Top Model.
Well, we talked that on the RHAP Rewind.
Yeah, all of that episode. That was a fun one.
Mhm.
You know what I did? What was it? Micronesia and the one that just happened not that long ago with Natalie Cole. That's all I saw was like gifs of Natalie Cole being on, like Natalie's gonna be on Netflix. Also, oh, I don't want to ruin this. What's the tweet that you're gonna say? Because I thought Gabby had a pretty funny tweet this week.
Okay, that I'll pull it up. So no, back to Rick Devens. Rick Devens tweeted out spoilers that there was a tweet from Netflix that said Survivor Micronesia is coming to Netflix on November 15th. And Rick Devens said, to all the first-time watchers, you can reach him at Eric Reichenbach. I'm sure he's excited to hear from you.
Oh, I feel bad for
And
Eric.
yeah, Eric Reichenbach responded, Rick, WTF, I thought we were cool.
Poor Eric.
Or
Oh.
Eric. And he had a gif of like somebody like sliding down in their seat, like to not be seen by anybody.
If you want to see what the GIF looks like, just zoom back about 5 minutes in this podcast video and you can see me personally doing that.
Yeah, what were you trying to get out of talking about a subject?
No, I just have bad knees and they were getting sore, so I needed to like lay down for a sec.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. What did Gabby Pascuzzi say about being on Netflix this week?
She said, if anybody tweets me about how much I cry in the season, I'm spoiling the season for you. Big fan.
Right. I mean, it's got to be weird for people that they have their seasons go up. It's like, I don't know how much the average person who's watching Netflix, that's just a first time viewer, is like looking up like the person's tag, but I bet you can like look up your name. It's got to be weird that it's just like your season is like airing again.
Yeah, like I remember when I had to watch like find seasons of Survivor to watch. I had to go on the worst websites possible.
Right.
And like it was like fuzzy screens. I still haven't seen the season finale of Survivor Australia because I could never find the episode back in the day.
Of the Australian Outback.
Yes.
Can I spoil it for you?
I honestly know what happens. I know what happens in Squid Game, and I don't care about it. I always listen. I have read the recap of like every episode of Grey's Anatomy over the last 7 years, and I haven't watched that show since I was 13. And let me tell you, I'm not 15 now. Can you imagine if I was 15, I started listening to this podcast at like 9, and then I just imagine if you gave me a podcast about The Bachelor at the age of 9.
I mean, I think that people would like that.
Yeah, remember?
I
when
mean,
you used to
probably
do
I'd have to get like permission from your parents, and it would probably I would probably be like the people could like rightfully inquire into like why is Rob, well, not friends, but it's like, is that appropriate to put a 9-year-old on the internet where they're gonna get like exposed to a lot of hate?
I mean, is Ryan's toy still around?
Yeah, he is. I don't know how much YouTube stuff he's doing, but probably.
Does he have TikTok now?
No, he does. He has a show on Nickelodeon.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
Ugh, the dream.
Yeah.
Not the dream.
Nasir posted on Instagram a picture with his daughter who helped hide the hidden immunity idols. He said, a big thanks to my amazing daughter, Rhea, for her idol hunt training. Love you. And he posted a picture with Rhea.
I love that. That is so sweet. I'm having a great time watching Nasir.
Yeah, Nasir is really good. He's become like a big fan favorite over these last couple of weeks.
With reason. He's great.
Now, speaking of survivors and their family members, have you followed the saga of Ricard posting his texts with his mom?
I see them come into my Twitter feed.
Yes.
And then it's a lot of texts. So I just go zoot zoot and scroll along. Like, I'm sorry, Ricard, your mom seems great. I just don't always have the capacity to take that in. Also, I don't put my phone on dark mode, so that throws me off. So
You don't like when people have their phone on dark mode?
I mean, it's a personal
What about
choice.
eye strain, Haley?
I mean, I already wear glasses. Who cares?
My
eyes. I stare at the computer all day. Like, my eyes.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do now? I ruined my body 10 years ago. Like, there's no coming back. I'm already one knee surgery in, and I just turned 30.
Yeah, dark mode isn't going to make a difference.
No, it's not. I think my anxiety is way worse for me than light mode ever will be.
All right, so here's some exchanges with Ricard and his mom. Ricard's mom says, they're talking about Genie. Ricard's mom said, whatever her name is, you need to call her and apologize. OMG. I don't know why you couldn't be friends with her. You work with women all the time on your planes, and you're the gay, so don't understand. Were you just nervous? And Ricard said, we're friends. She said, well, doesn't seem like it, buddy. Everybody is going to be jealous of that pastor girl and you for being good and getting to go to that event place all the time. It's decorated so nice. Ricard said, that's tribal and no one wants to go there. She said, okay, Ricard, Jesus.
Okay, we
Yes.
have to stand.
Yes. What do you think of that the event place that's decorated so nice?
I was like, Hike Mountain? Is that what she means? And it took me a minute to get to tribal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's that's great. And then there's a second one also. Let me just see if I could bring that up. The second batch of tweets from Ricard's mom, where she's talking about. Let me see if I find it here. Hold on. I think let me go to the Reddit here. So apologies for not having this at the tip of my research here. But anyway, Ricard's mom has been a breakout hit.
Good. She deserves that. I'm sure.
People want Ricard's mom to play on a season of Survivor. Maybe Blood versus Water.
I mean, haven't we learned enough from like watching our heroes turn to villains? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure Ricard's mother is lovely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Sometimes we just need to let things, leave them alone. You know?
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Let's not go too far.
Okay. Let's see. From Ricard's mom also said, I can't stop thinking about it. Why didn't he vote with you on that thing? I would have. You never smile. I told you need to smile at people more. LOL. Can you tell them how you and Andy met? That's a nice story. Ricard said, Mom, the season already filmed. She said, I know, but could you make nice friends if they knew? Do they all like you now? And he said, no.
That is so sweet. Oh my God. My mom does text me every week and is like, it's Wednesday, Survivor's on. She does not watch Survivor. She just knows I watch Survivor.
Oh, that is very, very nice. But will she ever watch it to like sort of have something to talk about?
No.
Does she watch The Bachelor?
No.
Does your mom ever listen to your podcast?
No, she's asked, and I've told her, Mother, I say the word dick too much on that podcast for you to listen to it, and I be comfortable about it.
And she respects your boundaries?
You think my mom knows how to find a podcast? Every 3 weeks, I have to teach her how to copy and paste.
Yeah.
On the computer.
Control
C, Control V, Mom. That's it. Just highlight it. I love my mom.
It's a little trickier on the phone. I thought you were going to say on the phone. She
No.
copy and paste.
I mean, that is a lost cause. My mother is great. She is lovely. Very lovely.
Okay.
Tech stuff is just not.
That's not
for her.
That's not her thing. Okay. Did you see that, Haley, did you follow Big Brother 23 a lot?
Did I watch a single second of the episodes? No. Did
No.
I follow every happening on Twitter and get people to send me clips?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. So
I can't be left out of a cultural moment.
You know about Claire and Derek X, right?
Of course I do. I'm obsessed.
Yes. Okay. Well, Claire is a big Survivor fan. Her and Derek X just moved in together. She said, LOL.
They just moved in together. Like, I get it. You know what? I get it because they just lived together for 3 months.
Yeah.
But that does seem too soon. Who am
Too
I to
soon.
judge? But I am judging.
Yeah. I mean, the relationship is maybe a month old, but maybe they've been like, Big Brother time is like they've known each other for 8 years.
Yeah. Like, I still find
the
it weird
Chandler
that I
and
live
Monica
with
of
a
our
boy.
times. Yeah.
And I married him somehow. Like, we're married. I'm still like, are
This
we
is moving
going
too
too
fast.
fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we've been together for 7 years. And I'm still like, wow, this is a lot too soon.
Claire says, LOL, we just finished episode 5 of Survivor, and I had to break it to Derek X that only comes on once a week. He thought it was like Big Brother, and now he's very disappointed.
That makes one of us. That was a hard thing for me for Big Brother. That's why I can't keep up with it, is because it's too many episodes.
Mm-hmm. A lot of episodes, but Derek X likes that pace, but feels like Survivor's too slow.
Then Claire should start watching like halfway through the season, and then she can watch 3 episodes a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just binge it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Haley, have you been playing the game within the game?
I have been thinking about the puzzles, but I don't always catch them every week, and I'm certainly not going on to CBC. My God, how Canadian am I? CBS.com/game within a game to like enter a code to win $45 in a buff or anything.
I don't think you win any money. There's no prize.
Then what's the point? What is this, Bake Off?
Yeah, I think in Bake Off you get a plaque, right?
You get a cake stand.
Yeah, you get nothing. So
what's the point of me doing this? Why am I playing? Why am I putting in the website?
I mean, if you just that play along, it's for kids. Yeah. Okay. Well, the game within a game is going on, and of course, there's all these videos that come up when you do the game within the game, where Jeff sort of like outlines like different scenarios for you, and that it's like he gives you like a test every week.
For what reason?
He wants to know like how you would do at if you were on Survivor.
Jeff, I would do bad. We figured this out. That's why I
Yeah.
never applied.
He gives you like hypothetical situations.
Oh, like a choose your own adventure. Isn't there a Survivor choose your own adventure book already, or is that the board game or what?
Yeah, I'm
Did
not
he write a
sure.
book? What's
I
his
think
book about?
I think Jeff might have done something like that, but now I guess he is taking his talents to
South
the
Beach.
game within the game. So you have to solve a puzzle,
Okay.
and then you have to do a word scramble. But you get to hear like messages from Jeff after you solve the puzzle, and I mean, Jeff is very into the game within the game. You want to hear a little bit?
I mean, I'm here, aren't I?
Okay. All right. So
Sorry,
here
that
is
sounded so nonchalant. Yeah, of course, I'd love to hear this.
okay. Here is Jeff talking about after you solve a puzzle on the game within the game, then you have to do advance to round 2. Here's Jeff telling you about this.
Look at you, 3 for 3. All right, more letters earned. Another word to unscramble. This time for the word scramble, I want you to imagine me standing behind you, screaming your name, taunting you, trying to distract you to make it more difficult, because if you get on the show, that's probably going to happen. Solve this. Strategy test is next.
So Jeff's like always like sort of like saying, all right, pretend now I'm pretend you're hungry. Pretend it's hot. Pretend you're on the hottest place on earth. Pretend I'm behind you. And I'm taunting you. I'm making fun of you. I'm roasting you. You're being roasted. You're roasting, and I'm roasting you. And now do the word scramble, kids.
Pretend I'm behind you. Pretend I'm taunting you.
That's not what he's saying.
I mean, if you wrote those words down, what are you thinking?
It's you, 3 for 3. All right, more letters earned. Another word to unscramble. This time for the word scramble, I want you to imagine me standing behind you, screaming your name, taunting you, trying to distract you to make it more difficult, because if you get on the show...
Does he not have a copy editor?
Text that to Nicole. Imagine, yeah.
Words.
Imagine this scenario.
Scramble these words.
What are the letters? Yeah. Okay. so you do the word scramble, and then you get a strategy test from Jeff. Okay. So let me play one of Jeff's strategy tests for you.
Okay, here's this week's strategy test taken directly from next week's episode. Put your player hat on, ask yourself, what would you do? Would you ever throw an immunity challenge. In other words, lose on purpose so you can go to tribal council to vote somebody out. Obviously, a very risky move because you never want to go to tribal because it could be you that's voted out. Then again, you got to make risky moves in Survivor. You're already seeing it in Survivor 41. People making risky moves. That's typically how you win and often how you lose. So ask yourself, if the answer is yes, then clarify even more. Would it more likely be because of personality? There's just somebody in the group that you don't like and you just want to get rid of them. Or is it more likely it would be to strengthen your alliance? Maybe there's somebody in the group that's not in your alliance. You're worried about a switch or a merge. Ponder it, think through it, commit, then watch next week's episode to see what happened.
Wait, there's an essay?
I am not doing homework for this.
It's a very long question.
Like, and also, Jeff, no, I'm not going to throw a challenge. That would imply that I have any skill whatsoever to win the challenge in the first place. No, like,
yeah. No, but Jeff's into it, and that's cool to see.
and
That
that's
Jeff
what's
is really
important. That he's having a, it's just not often enough that millionaire white men have fun, right? They just don't have enough
that's
fun.
Not often enough.
No.
Not often
Yeah.
enough.
You just need to let them enjoy their time.
Yeah.
They've worked so hard.
Mm-hmm. And so, Haley, the interesting thing about these, Jeff's making a lot of these videos. I've noticed that Jeff has like some interesting wardrobe choices because we usually just see him in his Survivor casuals.
Button down.
And that we get to see a little bit of how Jeff dresses in the real world. And it's been a little bit of an interesting look. And I wanted to share some of Jeff's looks from social media these days.
Can't wait.
Okay. All right. So let me play for you. Okay. This was one that was from the Game Within the Game from a few weeks back. And he recorded a few of them wearing this. And let me see if I can play this for you. Okay. This is all right. So let me, I will mute this and then just check out a little bit of the arrow, the play button is.
Yeah, this is. I feel.
Yeah.
like
What do you make of this, Haley?
What does the sticker on his shirt say?
Yeah, it's almost like that he was like changing the oil on a car at like a Jiffy Lube, right before this, right? This is like what like a mechanic would wear.
I think it's the exact same shirt as he usually wears, just not in that light powder blue that we're so used to seeing him in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what does that tag say?
I don't know.
Let me see if I
can't
can blow it up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it says. Something. It looks like
Is it another? Is it a game within a game within a game?
Yeah, it's a game within the game. Yeah. I don't know what that says. It looks like there's there's an O and a couple of Z's. You have to unscramble that. And then also, yeah, he has like some hashtag NBHDIZZUE. I don't even know what is that. What is that hashtag?
Is it a hashtag or is it just like a order code?
Like a serial number?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a workman. Okay, so Haley, that's one look that Jeff has. What do you make of this?
Could be worse. It doesn't feel like that out of the realm of just Probst things, but the tag on it's a little weird.
Okay, all right. That was like maybe his game within a game uniform. Okay, so check this out, Haley. Okay, here we go. This is I'm gonna go to Jeff's Instagram. This was from the
Rob bragging how many follows he gets.
No. This was from the other day. What do you think of this? I was like, is Jeff wearing a bathrobe?
Oh, this is just not what I would expect Jeff to wear. For those on the audio podcast, he's wearing a French terry cowl neck sweater in a cream color.
Yeah.
I've never seen this man wear cream
I was like,
before.
Jeff looks like he's HOH right now.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a bathrobe. It's just a sweater that looks like that it's like in two pieces, but I think it's actually just one piece.
Yeah, if you saw just a little bit below the collar, you would see that.
And you
it's
could check this out if you go to Jeff's Instagram. This is the most recent video that he posted.
from 2 to Rob. If we watch it one more time, we'll be the 40,000th view.
Okay, you want me to hit it
Yeah,
again?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, and
Oh shoot, we missed it.
we blew it.
Yeah, we blew it. 40,002.
Okay. All right. So that's Jeff with the sweater. And then Haley, check out this one also. Here's another interesting
Wait, he's wearing the
sweater.
same outfit as you in that other one.
Okay, hold on. In
That
this one?
Yeah, you guys are wearing the same outfit.
Similar. That's a crew neck. I have a
What is
V-neck.
yours? Oh, okay.
V-neck.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn a ball cap before, Rob?
Not often. Yeah. Nicole says I can't pull it off. I have a misshapen head. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. So let me give you one more of these. Okay, check out this sweater. I was like, is Jeff wearing a scarf or is that part of the sweater?
I think that's a coat where like the collar and like lapel is a different, not chapelle, lapel,
Yeah.
right? Lapel is like a different theme.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's not something I'd picture Jeff in. I would wear that, but I don't know if I really picture Jeff in it. I mean,
Yeah.
I can obviously see Jeff in it right now.
Yeah. So what do you say? Is Jeff's wardrobe, Haley, giving you Bones Day or no Bones Day vibes?
Bones Day, but we can't just skip over what Coach commented on that last one, which was something like,
Coach
"You're
is all
stealing
over
my
this.
sweater again," or something like that.
Yeah. So he said, yeah, I guess he's accusing Jeff of that's my sweater again. Probst taking a page out of my book. Long hair swag to boot.
Sure.
It's always interesting to see what survivors like comment on. The coach is all over Jeff's Instagram. He says about this John Kierhofer post, "I'll never forget when he named the challenge the Dragon Slayer. That's still my claim to fame, having a challenge name."
This is how I comment on people's posts when I've had too much tequila.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of stuff I'm like, "Oh my God, Jeff, love you. Like, hope you're having a great day." Like, that's what I do.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So check out Jeff on Instagram. He's creating a lot of content. And let me also tell you that I wonder if maybe the feedback got back to him, that maybe people didn't love it when he said how he wasn't going to check. You can message him, but he's not going to look at it because check this out, Haley. Listen to what he says here.
You do from tonight's episode. By the way, I am reading your answers. Some of you have asked. I just have to do a better job at responding. All right, this
okay, so he changed his tune, Haley, from "Hey, I'm at Jeff Probst. You can send it." Probably not going to read it.
Yeah. Do you think he reads the comments on his Instagram more than he reads the DMs? on his Twitter?
No. I think he's just like I think that somebody said to him like, Jeff, could you not say you don't read the comments?
We need to social media market this show.
Yeah, because you're making messages and then you tell people you don't care what they have to say. So just tell them that you're gonna read what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, but good for Jeff. Look, 41 seasons in, still reinventing the way the game is played
And reinventing the wardrobe too.
Yeah. All right, Haley. Oh, I have one other thing for you.
Yes.
Okay? This was like a sound transition that was in the episode that really jumped out to me as being a little odd. So in the episode, when they went back we had everything going on at UWA, and then we were setting up the scene where Sydney was in the water and Sydney was saying that she's a mermaid. Here is this is a sound from the episode, and tell me if you ever heard a sound like this in a Survivor episode before. Like,
was that a post sound? Like, whoa.
I don't know. Did somebody like turn on like a Nintendo Switch somewhere? Yeah.
Oh no.
Mhm.
I told you, Survivor. Everyone just got high and now they're like having a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am as confused as a goat on
AstroTurf.
Yeah, me too, Nasir.
So if he would have said like a goat on grass, like would he have not gotten the point or whatever?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure you hit
The important
confused goat
points.
AstroTurf. I think
Yeah.
that's basically, as long as you hit those the big three.
Big three.
I think you got it. Okay. Haley, anything else Survivor related?
Anything else Survivor related? I don't think so. I feel like we've covered the gamut of things I like to talk about
Mm-hmm.
or yell
Okay.
about.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
Me too. This was great. What a thrill. I always
What
have
a
a great time,
thrill.
Rob.
What a thrill. Thank you so much.
It shocks me every time you ask me to do something like this. Like, I still can't wrap my head around that. Like, you think I'm funny enough to come on this. Like, never mind. Like, it's still like I can't even believe like that you for some reason gave me a podcast.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
You
still
think
can't
that was a
of it.
mistake?
I don't know. Do you think it's a mistake?
I don't think it was a mistake.
I have a great time. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
we get to hang out.
yeah, I'm glad that we were able to do it. It's been such a fun week that we talked about the Bake Off and got to talk about Survivor.
Mhm.
And
What
what's
next?
next? Yeah, what's next for you?
What's next for me personally? What's next
Yeah.
that we're going to podcast together about?
I mean, do you have something that we should podcast about?
I don't know. Call me in December and see if I can think of anything.
Why? What's coming up in December?
All of the other TV shows are ending, and then I have like 4 weeks where I can.
What else are you watching right now?
I am watching. Okay, let's do this on a daily basis. Monday, I watch Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, I watch.
Who are you
The
rooting
Bachelor.
for on Dancing with the Stars?
Well, who am I rooting for? I don't know. There's so many good people. JoJo Siwa's been great, but like she's not somebody who I've like was a fan of coming into this. I'm loving Amon Schubert. He's been fantastic. I really enjoy him. I'm just having a great time watching Dancing with the Stars the last couple seasons. Tuesday's The Bachelor. Wednesday is Survivor. And then theoretically the challenge, but we're a little behind on the challenge. Thursday, we watch Taskmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, we watch Bake Off.
Yeah.
Saturday, we like catch up on all the shows we've missed throughout the week. And every night at dinner, we watch a show called Richard Osman's House of Games. It's half hour. It's really actually, I think you would like it, Rob. It's like word games, puzzles. They do 5 rounds. It's really fun. I think you would like it a lot.
And your husband Ethan watches all with you?
Absolutely, he does. He
Okay.
is a precious angel.
Relationship goals.
He will like have the hockey game or like football or baseball game up
Yeah.
on his phone while the other stuff is on the team. But he's
But
gotten
you don't
very into
care.
it.
You don't care.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, no.
Okay.
When we first moved in together, a couple weeks later, a season of The Bachelor had started, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna go watch the Leafs game upstairs during the episode." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, of course, like no problem. That's why we have 2 TVs."
Mhm.
And then he never left to go watch the hockey game, and now he's watched every season since. So
Okay.
he's more into it than I am.
Yeah. He's more into The Bachelor than you are?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have like the like cold like veteran of the show like
Mhm.
oh, I've seen this before. Like, he's looking at everything with fresh eyes.
If you ever like goes like, oh, I can't do the podcast, like could he like fill in for you and just go on with Amy and do the podcast?
That's his dream, Rob.
It'll be like when the wives of News AF took over.
Yeah, the one day, well, not the one day. The one week I went on vacation with my friends and he watched it and he took my iPad and live tweeted The Bachelor from my Twitter account.
Wow. And did anybody know?
Yeah, because he was like, "Hey, this is Ethan, everybody." Like, let's go
Okay.
on tweet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't like tweet in your voice.
No. No. That's hard to recreate.
Okay. All right. Haley, where could people keep up with you?
I'm in a lot of places. You can, if you want to listen to my voice some more, you can of course listen to the Bachelor RHAP-up here on the other network, the sister network. If you want to see more of my face, Grace Leader and I are live streaming every Friday about Taskmaster on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Haley Strong, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you Twitch stream about anything else besides Taskmaster?
Sometimes I'll play The Sims quietly.
Okay.
On Twitch. And I have done like
when you say you play The Sims quietly, like you don't talk during the stream.
Right. I just play The Sims.
So I'm gonna
and
put my
people
head
watch
down
me.
and I'm gonna play The Sims.
Sometimes people ask questions and I'll answer them, but I'm not like, so like I am doing this player to do this, and this is the house on my building. No, like I just go, yeah, basically. I did just join TikTok, and that is TikTok, whatever the handle is.
So
Strong
if you have any
Faith.
customer service videos that you want to send to Haley Strong on TikTok,
Yeah, like help. I don't know how to. I need to fix my algorithm. If you want to read more of what I'm saying, twitter.com/hstrong_. My Instagram is the same. If you want to check out everything I am reading, I have a bookstagram. Instagram.com/the Strong Library.
you do it all, Haley.
I think that's it. I think, yeah. And if you
TV,
honestly,
literature.
yeah, if you like the sound of my voice, congratulations. Welcome to the club. There's literally 7 years of me spewing BS for you to listen to about many subjects. So enjoy.
Haley, do you have one season of the Bachelor or Bachelorette podcasting that you're most proud of?
Oh my gosh, what a great question. What a great question. Let me think. Give me 7 seconds of thinking.
Okay. Giving Haley 7 seconds of thinking.
I mean, I feel like we had a good time on Ari's season, not because it was a great season, just because it was nuts. Maybe that was a good one. I don't know. Listeners, what have you enjoyed listening to? You tell me. You pump my ego up.
Yeah, tell Haley. Tell Haley on Twitter.
What's your favorite part?
Or, of course, you can call in and tell us on Monday night when we do our Survivor 41 patron Q&A. Kevin and Nigel will join me to take your questions live. We were having a lot of fun on those. Haley's friend and mine, LaTanya Starks, joined me last Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's fun. Call in. If you have any questions about what's to come, maybe we'll get like a little bit of a preview, sneak peek from the episodes. Maybe we'll have a little bit more of a sense of how this is all going to shake out by for Wednesday. We'll be live on Monday night and check that out. And of course, Haley, it's the return of the Wand Off.
How exciting. What a nice time.
Yeah.
I hope people are able to find joy in it.
Yes, my inbox is being flooded with Wand Off entries. So it should be a fun return of the Wand Off for the month of October on Rob's podcast. We'll have that for you Sunday night. So be on the lookout for that. And be sure to check out my podcast with David Rickenbacker, J.E. Skeets, my exit interview with Genie, plus everything else going on about Survivor over on robhasawebsite.com. Haley, this was so nice to catch up.
It was.
Yes. Thank you all so much for listening. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.